zombie of all characters. You know, close enough to being Steve, I guess. And yeah, that's the tried and true from Aposl. Run in, get those forward tilts on Squirtle, because that's the easiest way to get like 40 to 50% out the gate with that character. Squirtle, again, hard to hit. And hey, look at that. There's the big barricade to really mine. And the withdraw getting past that. And hey, even the water gun beating out the minecart. That's a lot of interesting things I'm actually trying to take note of here, because PT, again, PT and Squirtle, very hard to hit, very resourceful. And Steve generally struggles with getting people off them. He does have pretty decent frame data, all things considered. But if you have a fast character on you, it's going to be rough. And especially because Squirtle is a small, fast character. But hey, right now, Spuggle finally managing to like keep Aposl off him for 3 seconds to get the mind gain on. Finally doesn't have just like bare resource wood to deal with. I like that, the Nair, nothing too committal, but like the Nair to kind of just get him away, put him to ledge, getting the forward smash. Yeah, see, that's going to cover the roll option. So Spuggle needed something else a little bit different. And now we're back to Squirtle, because again, low percentage means that it's the Squirtle combo game. It's the Squirtle show. Like, and he hasn't boxed in with the anvil, actually. That's so insane. That's something that Spuggle needs to keep in mind, because if you're stuck between a Squirtle and a hard place, like, that's just unpleasant. Unpleasant, though, is getting up to triple-digit %, having to avoid the Minecraft stage, edge guarding. How did he avoid the lava? I'm not too sure. Would have been super effective if it hit, but hey, we're keeping ourselves alive. Steel, of course, melting to a flamethrower. Also super effective hit. But Flare Blitz back to neutral is all it takes for Aposl to get himself back in the game. Letting himself get hit there and still off stage, but you know, down but not out for sure. But it's the get up attack. There's a little bit of extra commitment there that really does Aposl in. Luckily for him, he has that extra credit, has that percentage lead right now, but if Steve has anything to say about it, I mean, it could very quickly go. I like that neutral, that kind of reverse edge guard. Spuggle finding it can get Divine Whip. Yes, that is the conversion you want to see. That's the percentage, that's where the magic happens. Aposl is, again, as I mentioned before, very good at finding confirms, knows a lot of the tech and the nuance of PT. Played them since Brawl to really put it in perspective. So excited to see him doing well. I like the spot dodge, not really finding the follow-up though. It's important. And so Spuggle still finding some options in there. Lacking the resources, 1 iron. There it is. There's like the, I need to get myself on the board real quick. That could be dangerous though. Impeccable DI. That was like right there. That's also, speaking of right there, a good way to kind of get Steve away from you just a bit. I like that. Are we gonna get off? Oh, that's the regrab. I think it felt like you probably wanted to switch to Charizard there or something. But not clear. Couldn't quite finding it. I like it, yeah. Now we're getting a little more of the nuance here. Like, I'm just trying to work on spacing around, using my PT, using my Pokemon, switching them in and out as best as I can here. And oh my, finding the sweet spot of that actually with water, or with withdraw, or Skull Bash, whatever it's called, is just like so good. And here's where things get dangerous, because we got the diamond. And this is where the DLC from Steve comes into play, folks, if you haven't seen it. Oh my goodness, look at that forward smash. Using it, that forward smash honestly would have killed Charizard right then and there. But just like the barely getting away. Charizard, oh, that's actually, I was just expecting that to happen, but the tail of Charizard connecting in with the forward tilt there. Managing to catch Spuggle off guard. So, hey, all things considered, great work by Aposl. The diamond really was the comeback factor. It was the X factor of that game one. Almost really did bring it back. So I'm interested to see if a little bit more defensive play and getting more resources is what Spuggle needs, because he was struggling to get resources for basically all that game. Some good TO love. Smart things from Sunfish coming in. Yeah, know how to report your matches properly. Don't bother other people. Simple fact of life. We here at Xanadu, we love etiquette. We love courtesy. Speaking of courtesy call going to Battlefield. Small Battlefield, in fact. So, it's going to be fun to see. Are we going to see the character change? Aposl is like, okay, no, we're going to see the same. We're going to see the same. Aposl is the PT. Make some adjustments on that TV of his, going back to his tried and true PT. And hey, yeah, if you use your characters, ain't nothing crazy about it. Stick to them. Sticking to what works. Small Battlefield, it's basically just PS2 but smaller. It gives less room for Spuggle to really interact and like get around the place. But at the same time, if you're used to online, so to speak, I'm not, you know, if you're used to playing in this format where you're not playing on PS2 as much, but you're playing a lot on that. Did that? Oh, okay, I was going to say, like, I was wondering if that was actually going to do him in right there. And you're just trapped by the axe, my friend. That's a lot of percentage. That's basically resend yourself back to even. And the iron tools are going to be pretty good for Spuggle. Decent kill power and everything. Not quite the diamond, of course. But still, like, that's way better than game 1 where he was just, like, stuffed with sticks and stones. But they did, in fact, break Aposl's bones decently amount, so he just needs that diamond. Going so far, again, has him off stage. Can he get it in now? Can he get the... Oh, try to go for, like, a ledge trap there, or, like, a ledge trump, but couldn't really find it. Kind of pressuring the raw areas of Steve. And, oh, no, that was an amazing tech from Spuggle. That was absolutely perfect. You do not want to bounce around crazy like that. Trying to razor leaf the dirt, that is, I mean, it's ground type, but it's not very effective there. It's hard to break those blocks, man. Try to kind of juice him up a bit with that, not finding it as well. That's to get this keep yourself alive. Got to be careful with that TNT. Got to be careful with that cart. As Aposl's like very scared and is like trying to play in the corner because he's not too sure what to do here, but Diamond's on deck, and that's a quick fair spike, and now suddenly Spuggle like has the lead. But if Aposl can get rid of this really soon, this is so good because Diamond Tools being gone without a replacement for that second stock is going to be huge. Oh, but yeah, still living. Spuggle still doing very good for himself. Can you get that second one? Not a spike, but still more percentage. And this is like, what do you do here if you're Aposl? Uppy, is that going to kill? Yes, sir. I was expecting more of a back throw, but hey, Seismic Toss does the trick off the top. And now, again, because Spuggle didn't mine enough to secure their next stock, and that's what a lot of Steve players will do, is get that diamond prepped for that next stock, so you come out strong. And that's so important. Like, you want to come out strong. And unfortunately, Spuggle kind of lacking it there. Hitting the roll, actually, Aposl. Just kind of punishing Spuggle here and there, keeping himself in check. There's the ledge trap, but not really finding anything off of it. Unfortunate. Takes a little bit of time to get used to. What are you building a fun little weird wall and just like Aposl's just like letting him mine for free because he isn't like too sure what to do. Maybe there's a flood air dodge there, gonna mix up. And ooh, could be a punishment. No, Aposl just like backs off. I feel like Aposl doesn't know too much about the frame data, and oh no, that's actually another stock there. I'm kind of missing the punish, getting beaten in turn. Vine Whip, no, trying to wait it out a bit. Try to read out with the up smash. That was actually a pretty decent call out, all things considered. But now you're just like low percentage Steve combo afterlife, and that is a very unpleasant. That is a fire and brimstone place to be, my friends. Because like, look at that, he's just like all up in you. It is so difficult to like get away from, especially if you're a big body. Now, like, how are you gonna edge guard this? I think just go off and like flamethrower for percent, which is definitely, worthwhile, definitely good. But Aposl just like throwing himself to the wind, like trying to get rid of this stock right now, and it's not working out for him right now. And this is where things can get dubious. Because Spuggle has the percentage. Is that redstone marker gonna go off the top flying? We outie here. We go into game 3, fellas. And my goodness. So we'll see what happens, because that was an entirely different game. And Aposl still had a lot of good stuff going for him, but Spuggle was like, he was getting more resources, he was using them more, and that smaller stage let him kill a little bit earlier, all things considered. But interesting to see. I feel like Aposl doesn't fully, I'm not trying to knock him or anything, but I feel like he isn't quite sure what he can and can't punish, and he's trying to feel it out a bit, which is very important to do. I think if you don't know that you can or can't go for something, you should play it a little bit safe than sorry, because you don't want to eat crazy percentage versus Steve. But at the same time, like, he seems to be flubbing a bit on, like, hey, look, this is this up smash. I'm outside the range, and then Steve up smash, like, it's going to have a little bit of that hit on the front of him before he goes to the pure hitbox up top. But, like, that could have been a forward smash there. You could get a grab there. You got to be definitely interesting. Hoping to see how he gets around it. He needs to play get around cart a little bit more. Spuggle, for his part, like, if he keeps getting those resources, he's definitely doing well. Like, he just needs to keep his iron reserves up, and he needs to have diamond around, because, like, that is the moneymaker. That pays you dividends. So, hopefully, hopefully Spuggle can keep that up. Hopefully Aposl can give him a run for his money, maybe take that game 3. It is going to be Aposl's counter pick, so we're going to see what we get here. Going back to Pokemon Stadium 2, we have MDSR here, guys. We have MDSR here. Is this a gentleman's or what? Because, like, no one knows the rules here anymore. It's a Wild West. Ever since we added the Smash World Tour rule set here instead of the MDVA Unified rule set, which is what we did before online. But hey, if no one complains, it's fine by us. So, looks like it's, again, Aposl versus Spuggle. Going back to PS2, it's what Aposl won on in that first stage, or won that first game, rather. Has some fun little combos out the gate. I'm not sure what he's really trying to get off of these ledge trumps. He's been trying a few times now, but he's just not really finding anything insane. And now he has to, like, deal with Steve at ledge, which is a little bit unpleasant. I like that, though. That was so good. Just kind of avoiding that spike entirely by just going to that Pokemon change. And Nancy, and he's finding these very fluid times to return back to what he wants, which is, of course, the Squirtle. It's the dexterous, it's the moneymaker, it's the combo player. Let's see, though, not trying to like go for anything, trying to go for the Nair instead. And he's just colliding with Minecart a lot. Like, you need to be careful. This is a disgusting command grab in its own right. Interesting little collision there between those two. Getting spiked, but avoiding that up smash as well. And again, Aposl very respectful of Spuggle's space, which could be a detriment, honestly, because again, no iron right now. Like, he has no iron, he's relying on stone, and he's opting to just like charge water gun instead of like pressing the advantage. And I think it's very difficult to press the advantage versus Steve in a lot of cases, but like you need to know when to go all out. You need to know when to press, you need to know when to retreat. He's just going to the corner right now, trying to find some, yeah, he's trying to like find some like tricky way to kill, but not quite finding it. Protection, keep him alive. The forward tilt's actually going to put Spuggle off stage now. Trying to find a spike, not finding it. It's the tricky movement of that Elytra, I believe it's called. Just like trying to get those space forward tilt. See, that is an amazingly smart move by Aposl, because that shield pressure's low, so it's either going to break shield, it's either going to hit him and it's going to kill, or like he has no options there. And Steve has a very small jump height. So, like, Spuggle had like, basically no options there. So that coverage from Aposl was amazing. Unfortunately, the Zard is dropping that stock and evening up 2 pieces. 2 stocks each. I had a little bit of the reverse from Spuggle. Lets me get grabbed here and there. Tiny bits of percentage, nothing crazy. And I'm liking more of the movement. Again, Squirtle hard to hit, kind of a nuisance. It lets Aposl kind of get in where a lot of bigger characters, especially like Zard and even Ivysaur, like will just get caught. So having that access is so important. Let's see, throwing themselves at one another. Oh, that's a lot of shield damage. Aposl has to be careful. You got to approach because that man's going to mine. Steve, again, one of those characters where like you basically always have an option to like force your opponent to approach, and in this case, like it is mine. Like you literally have to mine. Because even if you're up like 3 stocks to 1, you don't want to give Steve double diamond. Like you don't want to give him a diamond in hand and then diamond in the reserve, because like that's a nightmare. Oh, trying to go for another Flare Blitz there. Definitely not going to kill, but like a lot of pressure to the table. And Aposl needs to keep that in mind, my friend. Like, that'll still grab you in shield. It is a command grab. And are we going to go for the diamond? Yes, sir. Diamond now on deck, trying to find something, like a viable way to kill. Because Squirtle definitely can die here to a diamond. Did that Skull Bash side B just, like, clank with crafting table? That is something you need to know, I guess, as PT. That's something I'm learning right now. That DI was, like, I'm not sure if that was perfect or not, but thank goodness Squirtle is alive right now. I like that back air as well, catching the jump. No down tilt, no catching, just like trying to read the rolls here and getting just popped up by the Elytra. Can Ivysaur do the trick? Can Ivysaur put him back on the map? You need to like find something to get this stock soon, and I like that little bit of movement. I like that trickiness. But right now it's like you're just kind of getting bopped around here and there, and you need a little bit more. Yeah, Zard's coming out. Oh, getting stuffed up by the up air, the Diamond Axe up air. Oh, if you put a replay on that hitbox would be egregious, but Zard caught a big, fellas. Gotta keep that in mind. Ooh, that forward smash clanking, you know, about 19% on Aposl's final stock here, but like, hey, you gotta take those stocks somehow, and a small trade is worth it in the long run, but at the same time, what's not worth it is like Diamond being here, and Diamond's is spooky, especially because like you can get that nice little dunk spike, and it's like, it's pain from there, my friend. And just getting popped around. I think that was a tech situation, but I think he did just well for himself. A lot of pressure now because Squirtle is in that kill percentage, all things considered. While Spuggle has Diamond on deck, is doing really well for himself, has the kill options because of it. And Aposl just like doesn't really know what to do here. Like again, it's very tricky to kind of fight Steve when he sets up those barriers. But at the same time, like you got to figure out that way to get in. That up B just saved that man's life. He was about to be dead. Went off with a run-off forward air. That's risky. Let's see what's going to happen here. And now this is getting very, very close. This is really rough. Diamond again on deck. Spuggle needs a little bit more here. And then range from a grab. Yeah, I like that roll away because that honestly could have gotten caught. That minecart could have been it. And Diamond again on deck, so even if this one breaks, he has the second one. Yeah, he's just going to refresh it real quick just in case he doesn't have to worry about it. Minecart's catching Aposl. I like that jump away. This is where it gets so dangerous. Look at that big, big barrier to kind of block it away. We're going to see a minecart, yeah, right there coming through. And Aposl's just like, now he realizes, like, it doesn't matter if I give you anything anymore because we're both at our wit's end. So, like, it doesn't matter what resources you have. That would have been really good, but unfortunately, the stone actually kind of body blocks for Spuggle. A little bit extra percentage there. Yeah, just pestering with that flamethrower. Oh, that minecart's dubious. But only 2 iron left, actually. But hey, sometimes you only need 1, and that is going to be the redstone-empowered minecart to take it over Aposl in that very tense situation. So good stuff. To Spuggle for taking it over Aposl and moving on in that winner's bracket. Aposl again has that loser's bracket, has some chance to show his stuff. So excellent work to them. And